I'm John Zerlag. I'm the Cape Coral City Manager and also the CRA Director. And we have a very short program before we have our unveiling of our dedication plaque. First, I want to give some introductions and then have some facts. Turn this over to Mayor Coviello. We also have Councilmember Gunter speaking, as well as Councilmember Stout and CRA Vice Chair Linda Biondi. So, the Mayor, Joe, John, Marilyn, Janice, and Lydia are behind me right now. I'd also like to bring up some staff members. Paul Klingen, our Director of Public Works. You here, Paul? Vicki Bateman, our Finance Director. Jeff Pearson, our Utilities Director. Michelle Hoffman, IT Director. We also have some staff members that were instrumental in this project. By that I mean they spent at least a couple days a week down here. Stephanie Smith, Project Coordinator. Bill Corbett, Traffic Engineer. By the way, when off-street parking was eliminated, it was Bill Corbett who came up with the formula to guarantee more parking in the area, even with the elimination of off-street parking. So you can thank Bill for that magic. Oh, excuse me. Also, my liaison to the CRA board, Terry Hall. I'm glad I quit smoking 40 years ago. Maureen Bryce. Thank you. Bill Speary. Bill here. Only 97 more names to go. And Gino Notariani. Gino here. How about Tony Robiolo? Okay, well he's here in spirit. Additionally, we have Helen Ramey of the CRA. With Chris-Tel Construction, Bob Koenig, Vice President of Construction. Tell by Bob's size that he had two kids that played football that both made it to the University of Nebraska football team. Oklahoma? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Darren Brown, Project Manager. Now, we also have Lauren O'Neill, Public Information Liaison. And Yvonne McKellen, Public Information Liaison. With CPH, Jeff Satfield, Senior Vice President. Come on up, Jeff. Well, it's a great crew that made this come true, the actual physical construction of the project. And as a little aside, I spoke with Paul Klingen, our Public Works Director, as well as Bob Koenig and Darren Brown, and I said, you know what, you guys just make this street happen. You only need to see me if we have any problems. And I saw them every Tuesday for over a year. But they did a fantastic job in this respect. I have some facts about the project before I turn this over to Mayor Coviello. In 2016, staff was instructed to find the best streetscape project in the region and just do one simple thing, just beat it. And they did. In December 12, 2016, there was an agreement signed between the CRA and the City Council, which enabled funding for this project. January 18th, we already had our new City Council and Mayor installed, and Joe and John may recall we had a groundbreaking ceremony just January 18th. And we indicated done in a year, and it was done in a year. The project itself was $13 million and was completed within the construction project budget and completed on time. Now, there's a few outstanding items that we call punch list items. Some trees don't meet our specifications, will be taken care of, but they're very minor issues. I was also advised that there's a wall that's leaning that sends traffic circle that holds one of our flower pots. And when I mentioned that to the contractor, he suggested that we just call that the leaning tower of the Sims. But he said, no, we want to have the wall up. The project included always from the ground up, we had to do infrastructure improvements, water, sewer, stormwater drainage. We had technology here, fiber optics, public Wi-Fi, kiosks that are coming soon. The kiosks were Mayor Coviola's idea, and it was great. It was even more great that it was costly. So thank you for that, Joe. We have traffic calming by narrowing the streets, having roundabouts, having essentially two 18-foot wide promenades on either side of the street, and that enables businesses, especially as bars and restaurants, to put up tables and chairs. That's called El Fresno dining, but I call it outdoor dining, being a simple guy. That'll really help those buildings as well, those facilities. There's also an economic development piece of the project, and that is pedestrian-oriented and outdoor dining. We have developers that are already contacting us to actually do some tear downs of existing buildings and put up something that is more commensurate with the look of the streets. We improve the overall look and walkability of the area. And again, I just want to thank City Council and the CRA and all the staff and contractors behind me for their support on this project. And also wish to thank the stakeholders involved and the property owners that are contiguously next to the project area. We know it was tough on you for a long time here. Hoping now that your business will be better than ever. So with that, I want to turn this over to Gary.
Thank you, John. You know, it was just about a year ago that we were across the street in Club Square with shovels and a big pile of dirt. And as I look back over that year, and I think back upon what this street was, I remember seeing roots growing through sidewalks. The street looked like it needed a lot of help, and it was in disrepair. And what it's become today. And when I look back in conjunction with the City of Cape Coral, the Community Redevelopment Association, the board members over here played a big part in having this project move forward, most of it being paid with TIF money. But I have to tell you, during the project, one of the happiest days, I was sitting at home on the couch, and I was watching the news, and after hearing all of the emails and posts about the traffic circle not being able to support a large vehicle, and all of a sudden I saw one of our fire trucks going around and around and around. And I think I jumped out of my couch and I said, see, it is working right. So when I look back, I know there are many, many people who contributed to this project. For one, all of council contributed, helping the project to move forward. Not only this council, but previous councils as well. Also, all of the staff that put countless hours in, the stakeholder groups. Also, the Chris-Tel construction company, and my go-to guy, Bob Coney. Where's Bob? Every time I got a call from a business about a flood or a paver or something wrong, Bob was the guy I called. Bob was like Johnny on the spot, responded very quickly, and I don't know if this project would have gone as smooth, although it had its challenges, as smooth as it did without Chris-Tel Construction and the job that they did. You know, when I drove down from that side and I came off Del Prado and I saw the beginning of the street, I remember that's what it used to look like. And then I hit this, and we have calming traffic, we have wide sidewalks with pavers to walk on, we have beautiful landscaping, and we have a project that I think will be with our city for 30 years, at least, if not more. Along the way, also, a big part of this project was the infrastructure that had to be replaced that was here probably since the beginning of time for Cape Coral. So with that, I want to thank everybody coming out. I hope that I didn't miss. I want to thank the staff and our city manager for what they've done in keeping this project moving forward. But most importantly, the people who felt the brunt of this project were the businesses on 47th Terrace. I want to thank all of you for your patience and for dealing with what came your way. It wasn't easy. I know it cut into some of your profits, but I think in the long run we have something we can all be proud of. Thank you for joining us today.
I just wanted to say a few things. The mayor pretty much covered everything. I wanted to thank the city staff that worked collectively together, that had a vision for this project. This project was for economic growth and revitalization for this area. And the business owners, they took the brunt of this for the last year doing this project. So they're the real heroes here. I want to thank each and every one of them. I know that it was a difficult time for you, but I'm hoping that this project will only make your business grow into the future and will be very successful, and you will have a tenfold return on this last year that you had to sit and painfully wait for it to be completed. So I wanted to thank each and every one of the business owners. I want to thank the city staff that worked on it, Chris-Tel and his workers that worked out here diligently during the course of the year, no matter what the weather conditions were, to meet that timeline. So I wanted to thank each and every one of them. Hopefully this is an area that our community can come down to and enjoy. That's why we want to invest in this area, is for the citizens. So thank you very much.
Thank you all for being here today, and I echo what the mayor and John said. It's our city staff and businesses along 47. You know, when my husband and I moved here in 1982, we didn't envision anything like this, and the city has grown, and it's beautiful. It's paradise. I mean, how would you like to be up north right now with all the snow and the cold? Instead, we're down here in beautiful Cape Coral. And I just want to thank you for coming. I want to invite you over to the food afterward. And now I'll hand the mic to our CRA director.
Good afternoon. My name is Linda Biondi. I am the CRA vice chair. Our chair is off on a cruise. Good for her. When we build a city, we take our grandest dreams as well as our deepest anxieties, and we set them in concrete for the next generation. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we've done. One year ago, January the 18th, we had the groundbreaking, and after years of discussions, meetings, and planning, the CRA, the Southeast 47th Terrace Streetscape Project was started. It's taken 1 year. They told us it would take a year, and it did. Thank you, Chris-Tel. Thank you to all the workers, and thank you to all the businesses along the way. We've had challenges, but now the vision that we all had has become a reality. We are now a destination where you can walk to the shops, stop in at the wonderful restaurants along the way. The improvements and the upgrades to the infrastructure, the beauty of the wide walkable pavered streets and sidewalks make these properties along this corridor appealing to all the investors. The landscape streets, the crosswalks, the roundabout, we now have a beautiful addition to our city. The restaurants will now be able to accommodate outside dining. I don't know the other word, John. We'll be able to have events like art walk, music walk, and so many more. All of our residents will have one more reason to come to this jewel in our city. As Grace Rasso once said, it takes pain to be beautiful, and it's been a challenge for the businesses along the way. It's been a challenge. And They've put up with the challenges, they've given us input to correct them, and we need to thank them so much for their patience and their understanding during this time, because what we have now is beautiful. It's just beautiful, and it's going to enhance every business along the way. So, for all of you who had a part in making this happen, from Chris-Tel Construction to all of our staff, to the residents, and to all who had the vision, let's just keep in mind what Walt Disney once said: if you can dream it, you can do it. And we did. Thank you.
Well, that's it for our speakers. I'd like now to have Mayor Joe and Linda take us over to the dedication plaque area and unveil the plaque. Then please partake in some of the goodies that we have laid out on the table here.
Your business is
We have a few pathways to your right that lead out to the pavers and the sidewalk. That's the safest way to get out there for the ceremony. Thank you.
good. How are you? I hear something.
Whenever you're ready.
I think we should do a countdown.
Well, I think it's time for some photo opportunities with the mayor and council and the CRA board.